Alright, well, it is December 2nd, and we've got another episode here of The Usual, which is basically just me doing an unboxing here. Got a couple packages in, so we'll cut those open in a minute. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know I haven't been active lately, and haven't been very creative. All I've really done are the unboxing, so leave a comment down below what you think about the buys. I know we're at some relatively elevated prices here lately, but if you want me to talk about any other precious metals topics or the market, leave any thoughts down below in the comments. But let's get these open. So today, metals are almost, as far as silver, back at the all-time high. It's been pretty volatile. In mid-October they hit a high, got smacked down, and just the last week or so, a little before Thanksgiving and the Friday after, and Monday, Tuesday today, right around 58.50 was the price I last checked. So I bought these a while ago, so we'll open them up and talk about what I paid. Not that it matters really too much. But alright, they got that good sticky tape on here, so we'll crack these open. Trusty Spyderco should take just a minute. Try not to damage any items or my fingers. Yeah, looks like they used a lot of tape. But totally uncharted territory for silver at this current time. I almost don't know what to think about it. I mean, I've been stacking because I thought it was a good investment. I thought it was undervalued, but I don't want to say it's scary up here, but it just feels like totally uncharted waters. Alright, so that was package one, I believe. The other thing I'll tell you, you certainly don't get as much weight in terms of silver bullion for your money as you used to. But the one thing I will say that really keeps me positive on it is just that 50-year cup and handle pattern, because frankly, I'm not the biggest proponent of TA. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't work, but I mean, that's got to be, it's the mother of all cup and handles. You wouldn't have a huge pullback from 50. I mean, it could have went as low as like 42, but I mean, like I said earlier, we had that pullback in October. It only went down to about 48, 47, and that was right around the time I bought these. But I don't think it's going to go too much lower from there. I wonder if you guys can hear my furnace. I got the furnace blowing in the background there. Alright, so that's how they did it. A bunch of packages like that. Well, let's go through it. Let's see what we got here. Package one. It's all bubble wrapped with tape. So let's see here. Let's be a little more in-depth knife work. I really better be careful with that knife. Drum roll. It's only been, 3 or 4 minutes? So we got a bunch of these, and these are the ubiquitous Canadian maples. Let me push these to the background. Now, one other project, I really need to clean off this desk, the old hobby coin desk. It's really quite the mess. Take a sip of coffee here. Excuse the slurp, but these are nice. Gotta love that Canadian maple. Ever since they got that mint shield technology, they've really done it the way you should. So they all got individual flips. Because I didn't buy a full roll. Although I might have two purchases, but yep. So you got King Charles. These are the 25s. 26 are not quite out, although I do have some on pre-order. But yeah, we'll take one out here, because why not? Look at that beauty. Gotta love it. The Canadian maple. I don't know if this camera is a good autofocus or not. Doesn't seem to do a good micro. Prefers a little more zoomed out. Barely see the radial. There you go, the radial lines. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I do like these. They used to be a pretty good value, but you know, a lot of people have caught on to them, and they are pretty popular now in their own right. Alright, we got another package here. Looks to be same as the first. I think just more maples. There we go. Yeah, should all be 25 maples, although like I said, I do have some of the 26 on pre-order. Yeah, so what did I pay for those? Like I said, silver was in the high 40s. It was just a little under 53. 52.70, something like that for most of these. I think that was alright, but you know, it's kind of funny. Just a couple months ago in the summertime, it was like the highest prices I ever paid was 35, which was high. And then I thought, you know, most of it, well, I bought a lot around 32, around 30, around 28. Kind of crazy to be buying at 53, and now, you know, with today's prices, if you were going to buy these today, it would be over 60. It'd be like $61 or something. And that's, we're kind of past my point of comfort, but, you know, it's all relative. I'm not going to say I won't be buying in the future. You know, if the dollars become so worthless, and you got $1 million lying around, it's not going to be too daunting to pull the trigger on something as good as the monetary metal known as silver. Alright, so what we got here is, I do like these. Got the 1 ounce Perth kangaroo bars. That's pretty nice. Add one of those. Oops. And this is another Canadian coin, the 2 ounce Bull and Bear, King Charles. That is a $10 2 ounce. Pretty cool design. I like that. Pretty cool. What else we got here? Check the next one. So just kind of going back to that reassuring cup and handle. I mean, like I said, it's the mother of all cup and handle patterns. 50 years. I mean, even without that, I mean, the 2011 to the 2025. That's another cup and it's like 3 cup and handles or something crazy. And 50 is just the launch pad. So, you know, I think we could easily hit $100. That seems to be kind of a measured move. A lot of people are saying we'll hit 90 to 100. But I mean, there are downside risks. I mean, the only thing that could really put throw a wrench in there would be, if the broader markets like the S&P and the NASDAQ really start crashing hard. It seems like the metals and miners, they're going to be sold off, throwing the baby out with the bathwater. But if the broader markets stay relatively under control, I think the miners and the metals can keep getting traction to go up. And I'm pretty confident in that. And we'll have to see. I mean, it's like that guy Michael Oliver. He says we're 100, and it'll be like a new reality. Yeah, I kind of agree. Kind of agree. Just threw this in there to make the minimum tax amount, because this was kind of pricey for fractional silver, just a proof coin. San Francisco Mint. Kind of cool though. It's like, I think Fort Ticonderoga. Yeah, Saratoga. Probably not far from the other place. Another one of those. Another one of those. Pretty cool. I don't know if I don't know what this is. The Leo Britannia. Focus. Oh, Leo Britannicus. Oh, the British Lion. Yeah, the Royal Mint, they come out with a lot of stuff. And that's one thing people criticize the U.S. Mint, say they're lacking behind like the Canadian Mint, the British Mint, the Perth Mint. I mean, I kind of disagree. I don't want any superfluous coins being pumped out. Like the Canadian Royal Mint, the stuff they come out with, all those like multicolored coins with the, I don't even know. They got like, what's that stuff called on the Pokemon cards? The like holographics and no, that's too much. All the Marvel characters and Disney characters. I do prefer the more traditional, like the historic stuff. I don't think I have any of it on the table, but just for some 90%. I like how in the old days they did make commemorative half dollars. They'd make one or two per year, and they were nice. They were special. They had great classic designs. That's all I really care for. And it does bother me that the U.S. Mint, all they do now for silver are medals. They don't have the authority to make it a coin. So we can't get any commemorative half dollars or dollars unless Congress approves some, 50 women with disabilities coins that nobody bloody wants. So that's my thoughts on that. Alright, I think we're down to just about the last package here. I haven't cut myself yet. Looks like got a little variety in this one. Maybe. Jeez. How's packing tape? Let's see. Come on. What do we get? Come on. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. Let's see. Rubber band off. Check it out. This is cool. Just a 1 ounce round, but this is exactly what I was just talking about. A classic design. This is based on a U.S. commemorative half dollar. Remember the Alamo. And this probably came out in like 1940s or 30s originally. This is the exact design that was on that commemorative half. And I'm not sure who makes this. I think it might be Golden State Mint. Not sure if it's on there. Don't see the mint. It does bother me sometimes when around when they don't put the maker's mark. I do, because I do like to see that. But that's cool. This is a collectible piece for me. I know most people say round isn't a collectible piece. There you go. I think these were random date Britannias, so you never know what you get. Looks like 2023s. We'll take them. Nothing wrong with that. I don't see a ton of milk spots or anything. Ooh, 2022. It's cool. Another 2022. Looks like they gave me a little variety there. And, now my last coin, this was different. I do have a bunch of these. They're just pretty cool. I forget what they call it, if anything. It's just kind of the royal coat of arms. And then lastly, again, just hit my dollar limit on the zero tax. Had to throw in something small. These are kind of cool too. I mean, I I don't know who would be stacking these because it's a piece of silver that's like a dime. This is the 1/10 ounce, I believe. See if we can get it to focus. It's really, like I said, my camera doesn't like the close-up macros. That's about as good as we'll get, I think. Can I read it through there? No, it says 2026 1/10 ounce Britannia. I mean, it's kind of cool though, just having your collection. It's a little tiny. It's a little It's a quality little coin. I like little coins. But yeah, with the premiums, you're paying probably $75 an ounce right now if you were to buy one of these today. Yeah, I mean, they're probably like $7.50, $8 each for 1/10 ounce of silver. You don't want to be stacking these. I mean, that's where the dimes come into play. Been buying a little bit of 90%. This is where the deals were at. You can still get these usually under spot, under melt. Same with the Canadians. I just like to add little Canadians to change it up. They're nice. They're kind of cool. Got an older one here. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, this, if you're looking for small fractional for like shit hits the fan or trading, that's what I would go with. So that's pretty much all I got from those two packages. Let me know if you think those were good purchases. Hard to go wrong with the maples, like I said. I do have a couple more pre-orders, just waiting on the 26 maples and 26 American Silver Eagles, which I did lock in some Eagles. I think also just under $53 I paid. So other than that, I'll probably be holding off any purchases right now with the elevated spot. Unless I have cash just absolutely burning a hole in my pocket. I think we've already been seeing a lot of volatility in the silver market, and I think that is probably going to continue here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I think we will be heading up to $100 an ounce. Who knows when? Hopefully it's more slow and steady. You really don't want to see the rocket ship, because it always corrects, and boy, can it be painful, and it's just not good. As much as we might think silver should be at $100 an ounce, if it does it in the span of a week, it's just gonna probably get slapped down, and who knows? I'm just rambling. All right, we'll talk to you later, and again, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.